Butch Miller made an attempt while we were away. You could see his time. Second lap, 23.873, 113.098, and that is slowest of the 9 trucks that have been on the racetrack.
One of the fastest trucks in practice yesterday, Ron Hornaday. Again, while we were at break, Brandon Knupp went out on the racetrack in the number 47. His second lap was his fastest at 24.704. He is right now 12th fastest of the 12 that have been on the racetrack. Ray Dunlap race later on this afternoon. And again, we talked about the teammate to Mario Gosselin, Michelle Theriault. She will be right now scored in the 24th spot.
And she is the slowest right now of the Go homers. Dennis Setzer is the quickest right now of the Go homers. He's in 7th. So Dennis is locked in the field right now because he's already beaten 2 trucks. There's 38 trucks here to attempt to qualify. So you have to beat 2. Dennis has done that.
Let's go trackside. Adam Alexander.
One of those drivers that is always good at these bull rings and a solid qualifying run. Do you feel good about what's coming up later this afternoon?
I really do, Eric, and the guys have worked hard on this Exide Tundra. And, you know, we had a good truck right off the trailer, and we went to put our space mask on, and we kind of messed up our truck. We started swinging for the fence, and we should have been tweaking on it little by little, and we cost ourselves, the whole second practice. So he put it back like it rolled off the trailer, and we'll tune on it from there.
Thanks, Mike.
All right.
Eddie Honstein in the 0-2 Chevy Silverado on the racetrack now. Andy's first lap, 24.768. He is 4th quick of the 4 go-home drivers that have been on the racetrack.
He picked it up a little bit, but did not move past into the other go-homer, so that will lock Mario Gosselin in the field. Right now, Michelle Theriault is on the bubble. If she can beat 1 more truck, then that would lock her in the field. Here.
There's Taylor Malson.
And as a matter of fact, ever. First start ever in the Truck Series. So great to see him coming over to the Truck Series.
Brent Raymer now takes to the racetrack for his qualifying effort. Concord, North Carolina. Yes, that's the site of Lowe's Motor Speedway, where Brent Raymer calls his hometown. As he comes across the stripe for lap number 1.
See what Brent can do on lap number 1. Remember, he has to beat at least 2 trucks here. He does that already on lap number 1 at 23.900. So that will beat 2 trucks. So that will lock Brent in the field.
Brent Raymer will race later this evening. That's hard to say. Raymer race. Across the stripe for his second lap. And it looks to be a little bit of an improvement. 23.865. So he is 24th quick of the 31 that have been on the racetrack. Again, 38 scheduled to qualify. We are in the go. Another truck that was on the racetrack, that 21 of Nick Tucker, 24.203. Stock car steel and aluminum on the hood of that race truck.
Services a lot of the race teams in the Charlotte area.
Nick Tucker was, again, 17th quickest in his America's youth. He was doing that with chips, and he continues it now with safe surfing.
That was a TV show, by the way.
Oh, I kind of thought of it as reality.
Okay, all right.
That was, I think, the first reality show I think they put out. Wes Burton now on the racetrack. His Lafferty Blue Ox Chevy Silverado. Michael Waltrip's watching, by the way. He texted and said hello.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
Yep.
We miss him. Do you tell him we miss him?
Well, you can.
Well, I can Michael, we miss you. I can tell him now, actually.
White flag goes in the air. 1 lap remaining.
But tell him, don't worry about it. We'll give a bunch of Aaron's lucky dogs away tonight on his behalf.
Yeah, we could do it. 31st quickest on lap number 1 for Wes Burton. Just over 24 seconds. That will lock him into the field. As we mentioned, the 34, driven by Paul Bambarak, will not make a start. And so because of that, that means that Andy Honstein is on the bubble now. He's 34th quickest at 24.692. So you outrun that, 24.692, that will lock you into the field.
Only a couple trucks remaining right now to take a shot at Andy Honstein. Trevor Boys in the 65 truck and Mike Harmon in the 42 truck. There's Trevor Boys right there, the 65, getting ready to make his attempt. Remember, the time he has to beat, 24.692, as you said, Rick.
So that is the mark that he is looking for as he goes out onto the racetrack so that he can race later this afternoon here at Memphis Motorsports Park. Again, this is the 11th race of the 2009 season for the Camping World Truck Series. Ron Hornaday took over the points lead after his impressive run last week at Milwaukee. Matt Crafton drops back 36 points. Todd Bodine is 88 points out of the lead. Mike Skinner 89 points out of the lead. David Starr in 5th in the points, 201 points back.
Only 56 points right now separates 5th and 10th. Dennis Setzer's in 10th. David Starr in 5th. So a lot of shuffling could happen tonight in the point standings.
Definitely. When we come to a short track in the Camping World Truck Series, everyone's pressure raises a little bit. Blood pressure. A little bumping and banging could take place.
100-degree temperatures might have something to do with that, too.
Trevor Boys moves his way up the charts. He's 33rd right now. He will lock himself in with his first lap. He has been able to outrun, again, Andy Honstein on the bubble. 24.524 for Trevor Boys on lap number 1. Again, there will be one more truck that will go.
Trevor has a lot of experience in NASCAR. I actually ran the Cup Series back in the 80s. I actually raced against Trevor back in the 80s when he drove primarily for James Hilton back then. Good pickup on lap number 2, almost 0.4 of a second.
24.144. So 32nd quick for Trevor Boys, and he will be able to race this evening. The final truck has made its way out onto the racetrack for his qualifying effort. That is Mike Harmon in the 42 Chevy Silverado.
Remember, Andy Honstein is the truck he's shooting for, 24.692. Mike Harmon was able to run a 24.252 in practice, so if he can back up his practice speed, that will get him in this field.
A little bit higher line through 1 and 2.
This
right
is
out to the wall.
X-Express Motorsports truck. This is one of the trucks that Brian Scott ran last year as a Chevrolet prior to switching to Toyota, which they did mid-season.
Will he get in or will he not? His first lap is good enough to race this evening. So Mike Harmon has moved his way into the field with his first lap, 24.200. That's 33rd quickest. And I think we can safely say that Ron Hornaday will be strumming that Sun Records guitar a little bit later, as he will be able to claim the top prize in our pole qualifying today at Memphis Motorsports Park. Mike Harmon slows down a bit on lap number 2, but that locks him in. Andy Honstein and the 34 of Paul Bambarak will not race later on this afternoon.